I thought I'd take a second to show you latest guys who just got your tech decks. This is how I set up for edge dressing and filling those voids underneath the frets along the edge of the fingerboard. And that's how I hold this Flying V. What I've done here, I did this years ago, I punched a hole, a center hole, in the longest body strap. That allows me to index that end pin. That holds it in the perfect position for doing this job. In this case, I'm following up the brown with the black. Most of this is going to disappear when I go to level this off and do the final touch-up. It's been a while since I've kind of shown you this trick, so it's a little bit of a refresher for you. So we start and get most of that real craggy stuff off with 80 grit. I've just folded this piece of sandpaper in half, and that'll get the lion's share of that stuff off. So this is 120 grit. This is our 600 grit. We have one high spot here. Outside is fine, it's just the inside. Yeah, we have another one here right on the outside. A couple more here. Actually, now that I've adjusted the truss rod, those ones disappeared. There's another one up here, here, and next fret up. Yeah, just under the A string. So this will take a very light filing. I'm just going to breeze over that, and then we'll check it again in a second. This is EVO fret wire, by the way. So Rob will be good for many years to come. Well, the neck to body angle on this one makes this one a perfect candidate for a wraparound. Okay, we'll do the wrap up in a second. Just want to do our tuning test. String. This was definitely a candidate for wraparound because the tailpiece was higher than the bridge initially. And to get the angle, I know I have recently had one of my subscribers ask, well, what do you mean by the break angle? We want an angle that's steep enough from the tailpiece to the tip on the saddle to make sure that's good and tight. And it is all the way across. It looks like it's touching, but it's not. Same with this one. You can see with the wraparound, we brought those posts way down, almost right to the body. And just so you know, my own criteria for wraparound or not is that break angle from the tailpiece to the tip of the saddle. So oftentimes, the wraparound is really not necessary. Lots of pretty famous people, namely Joe Bonamassa, who's a big fan of this wraparound thing. But for me, the criteria really is dictated by the neck to body angle. And in this case, a wraparound was a must-do to get those strings nice and tight at the focal point on the saddle all the way across. Now, of course, the biggest part of this job was a complete refret, touched up the fingerboard, and edge dress. Now, these are 151 EVO frets, 100 wide, 51 thou high. And that is the final call on the calibration and compensation. So these are 10 to 52 strings at concert pitch. So I kept these two pieces of fret wire so you could see the difference between the original frets on the right and the replacement EVO fret profile on the left. Rob was saying these frets were never dressed. All that wear is from playing. He's logged in some serious time on this guitar. Mission completed. That is our compensated nut, and you can see there's pretty strong negative value on that low 52 thou E. And this is concert pitch, 10 to 52 wide. And you know, people ask all the time, well, why would you change frets? Well, in a word, what you get with that higher fret is traction. All those left-hand fingerboard gymnastics, pull-offs, hammer-ons, vibrato, trills, you just get a better grip on the string with those new frets. Certainly no problem with access to those upper frets on this guitar. So this is the progression I've looped. So I will go through some of the stops on this multi-effects unit, but I want to start with the clean sounds, as clean as possible. And you get to hear these pickups. These are super hot pickups. Have a listen.